So I feel that playing in the United States is a very big opportunity to develop as a player and as a person. For me, I'm studying physical therapy.
Okay.
And here I felt that soccer and academics came hand in hand all the time. So that was going to help me develop as an athlete and then also as a student. And then playing here in the United States is a very competitive level. There's so many divisions, so many leagues. And playing at Division 2, which is basically the second highest level, was such a big opportunity for me that I had to take it.
Welcome here on Sandy Bay Media for another episode. I'm joined by Bianca over at Felician University over in America. We're going to have a chat with her about her background coming from Venezuela to Felician, and then we're also going to have a chat with her about taking the role of captaincy and what that's been like. So firstly, welcome, Bianca.
Hi, thank you very much for the opportunity of being here.
Awesome to have you. How do we pronounce your surname?
Revenga.
Revenga. Bianca Revenga?
Yep. Perfect.
And where in Venezuela are you from?
I'm from Caracas, the capital of Venezuela.
Terrific. Okay, well, let's get a little bit of background on yourself.
So I started playing soccer when I was around 14, 15 years old. Because the soccer team my brother played at opened their women's team. And Hugo Savarese, the owner of my brother's club, which is Fratelsa Sport, invited me to go to the tryouts. And it felt like a great opportunity for me. So I just went and tried out on the team and I made it.
Fantastic.
So that first year, we, as a new team, we were regional champions, which was a very big achievement for us because it was a group of girls who most of them was their first, second year playing soccer, and making it all the way to the regional championship was such a big achievement for us. I was the captain of that team, and I feel that team became like a little family. We still are in touch. We still talk a lot, and it was a very good team. After that, I got promoted to play Division 2 Soccer at Venezuela, which is it's behind the professional level, just behind.
Yep.
And that first year, we made it to the quarterfinals. It was a very competitive league for me at first. I was just 16, and I was playing against 25-year-old women.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the next year, it was a very hardworking team, and we made it all the way to become national champions. It was an unbeaten season, which was something great for us. Most of my teammates are now playing professional. Others are in the national team, and many others are here in the United States playing soccer. So I feel that was a big opportunity for us to come here to play soccer in the United States.
No, awesome. And there would have been as you mentioned, a lot of those players have gone on to play pro across South America as well as represent the national team. So as an individual player as yourself, that would have been a great environment, especially being a young player to develop and learn from.
Yes, it was a very big experience for me, and I feel I developed as a player and as a person. I feel I arrived at that team and I was just a young girl who loved soccer, and I came out of there almost like a professional player with a different mindset, very hardworking mindset, because that's what my team transmitted to me. Because I was basically, that first year, I was basically the baby of the team. And then I went all the way to being almost a leader inside of the field.
Oh, that's awesome to hear that. And what sort of brought you over to the US?
So I feel that playing in the United States is a very big opportunity to develop as a player and as a person. For me, I'm studying physical therapy.
Okay.
And here I felt that soccer and academics came hand in hand all the time. So that was going to help me develop as an athlete and then also as a student. And then playing here in the United States is a very competitive level. There's so many divisions, so many leagues. And playing at Division 2, which is basically the second highest level, was such a big opportunity for me that I had to take it.
No, that's great to hear that. And as you mentioned, you're getting an education, but you're also still pursuing football at a high level. That's the ultimate goal.
Exactly. I'm getting the best of both worlds. That was something that in many other countries I wouldn't be able to do.
No, I completely agree there. And it's fantastic to see this. Well, we're speaking a little bit about your time when you arrived in the US and that first season. How did you go?
So I feel last season I developed a lot because when I arrived here, I noticed that soccer was a little bit different here than it was in my home country in Venezuela. Here, soccer is a little bit more physical. Girls are stronger. They go to your body a lot. Yeah. And then at home, we had more, I want to say, a little bit more technical soccer. It was slower. It's a slower type of soccer. and it's less physical.
Yep.
So I had to get used to this level and this different soccer way, like different way of playing soccer. But I feel that's going to make me in the long run a better overall player because I have those technical abilities from home, and now I'm building on my physical abilities and my capabilities to maybe hold the ball, defend the ball, and then just simply recover the ball.
Oh, it's brilliant to hear that. And obviously just looking at that, like, as you mentioned, coming from a very technical area of football to a more physical sort of game, was it a rough transition, or was it something that you sort of picked up very quickly, or is it just with training, you just picked it up after a while?
So I consider myself a hardworking player, and I'm always paying attention to those tiny details.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I saw this was a more physical type of playing, and what I saw obviously in my team videos when I saw their games before I came here, I started figuring out, I need to become maybe a little bit stronger when I get the ball.
Yeah.
So I just started during practices. I focused on working on that. And maybe sometimes I would go a little bit too hard on my teammates and I'll be like, I'm sorry. But it was just because I was trying to get used to this different way of playing. So when we played our first scrimmage,
mm-hmm.
for me, it was like maybe I want to say an eye-opening experience, because I figured out that I was actually ready to play at this level and at this level of physicality also.
Yeah.
And I can say it was a smooth transition because of that.
No, it's brilliant to hear that. And like, as you said, if, when you put your mind to anything and you work for it, you do get to see the results come through.
Exactly.
And looking at last year, we're having a little bit of a chat beforehand and how that season went, and, being your first year in the system and also being a freshman in that system. How did you think you went yourself? And tell us the story of how you started getting more game time.
So for me at first, I started playing as a defensive midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a senior who also played as a defensive midfielder, and she's a great player. Sadly, in one of our non-conference games, she got hurt.
Oh, no.
So I was the only defensive midfielder left on the whole team.
Yep.
So I started getting more and more play time, and I was by myself as a defensive midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to basically give it all in each game.
Yep.
Because all of a responsibility of two people just turned into a responsibility of only one person.
Yeah.
So I just had to work harder during the games. I just had to give it all and then recover faster, because here we play Wednesdays and Saturdays, Tuesdays and Saturdays. So the recovery had to be quick. And I feel that was great for me to also grow and think, I need to recover. I need to sleep more. I need to eat better. I need to focus on studying during the day and not during the night. And that was very helpful for me as a soccer player and as a person.
No, it's great to hear that. And like just those sort of obstacles that you had, but you sort of figured it out and overcame them. So helps you develop as an all-rounded player.
Exactly.
And then obviously this year you got some really exciting news, or nerve-wracking news, depending on how you look at it, about being named the captain. How did you feel about that?
I felt very proud of myself when Coach Harris gave me the opportunity and told me that I was going to be next year's captain, because I felt like all my hard work was paying off and that I was showing my leadership skills also here in the United States. Yeah. After the news, after I left Coach's office, the nerves started kicking in. And I started thinking, I am going to be a good captain, or am I going to be a bad captain? Am I going to drive the team to a good place or to a bad place? Because now I had that influence. As a captain, you get to you have a way to influentiate your teammates. And that was something that started getting the nerves to me. But then I started noticing this, like, my teammates are also my friends. So if they're my friends now, they're still going to be my friends when I'm a captain of the team. And my goal as a captain is to make our team a small family. Like I talked to you before, when I was a U16, I want us not only to be friends in the field, but outside of the field. And that's something that I'm working really hard on. Another thing that I try to do after every practice is to say an achievement one of my teammates has. It could be they had a great practice or their team won. It can be for more than one person. And I feel that's going to make our team improve as a team in general.
No, I love that idea there. I think I might use that in my season this year. It's a fantastic thing to do. Well, look, just looking at, this season so far, I know it's very early on. how have you gone as a captain, and sort of what's been your experience so far, like some of the positives that's come out of it, or some of the challenges you found?
So the positives I have found is that we're finally getting close. We're becoming a close-knit community.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're also having a lot of recruits coming for next year, which is going to make this close-knit community grow a little. But I feel they can get used to our team really fast because we're a really good group of girls.
Yeah.
As for the challenges right now in the spring season, we don't have that much. We don't have many players. We're only 13 on the team right now.
Wow. Okay.
So being a little team makes it maybe harder in some aspects. Like if someone misses practice, it's a very big miss.
Mm-hmm.
Or if two people miss practice, it feels like a very big miss. But then also it's helping us develop better as players because we get more hand-on experience. We get to work on our flaws better than if our team was maybe a 40 people roster, in which the coaches need to work with 40 people and need to make everyone better.
Yeah,
I feel here a little bit more a personalized experience in which your mistakes can be fixed inside of the field because we have one coach and 3 assistant coaches that can help us be better. So with 4 coaches and 13 players, they have the opportunity to be more personal with us.
And I completely agree. You get a lot more individual time with the coaches, as you mentioned, and it's just sort of going back to your original goal, sort of trying to create a tight-knit community. You know, once you've got that core group together, and we can sort of build as more players come along.
Exactly. If we make this base strong, all of the people that come after, they're just going to build on that base instead of trying to be part of the base or to make the base strong enough.
I completely agree. And it looks like obviously yourself and Eris are doing a fantastic job just getting everyone together. And it looks like it's going to be a very exciting season, and we're really keen to follow it as the year goes on.
Yes, I'm very excited for this season. I feel it's going to be a very good season. It's going to be very competitive also. And as I said before, we have a lot of games in a little time. So it's just keep on working, prevent injuries, and work hard. And I feel that work ethic, it's going to make us a better team at the end of the year.
I completely agree there. And we've got, I think like 5 or 6 months until that starts off. So plenty of time to get everything right and just work on those individual things until it's ready to go.
Exactly.
Well, look, thank you for joining us, Bianca, and having a chat about your story and, you know, your time at Felician so far. It's something that we're going to be exploring as the year goes along, and just having a look at how you grow as a captain, and as well as how this team grows and develops in the future.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Rohit. I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome.